Can I hear? Ah ha 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 ha. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I swear to Bob, it keeps jiggling. Oh my god! Ever since y'all moved it, it's so annoying. Oh yeah, lights. Susan, the shashing, please. The shashing. I don't know. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. I knew that was gonna be the wrong freaking one. What's going on, yo? What y'all doing? I don't know. What he say? Grossness. What you talking about? What you talking about? What you mean? Hold up. The chat's loading. Chill out, bro. I see you in here. I see you talking that stuff. I gotta refrain from stop moving. I gotta refrain from swearing. I can't see it. I just saw your comment. It looked like it said dope. Nah, hold up. You was talking. Yeah, gross man, huh? This guy. All right, let's get into it. Let's start recording. We got some topics. Now, I'm playing all types of music that I haven't played, and this song actually did really well. I just don't like listening to it, but why not? Just for y'all. Oh, yeah, and I got 2 albums I put together. See? Yeah. I've been working. That's what I was doing all week last week. I arranged them. I got a best of, and then a bunch of singles and loosies that I put together and made an album. I've been working. Yeah, just like a little bit. I don't know, okay? At that time, we drank on the microphone. On God. Yeah. No, for real, I got him.
Fast forward to the part where we start fucking. It was one of those nights where the moves
I was an
right.
animal. What is wrong with me?
We sat in the whip, had long discuss.
Yeah.
Told me all of your dreams while staring at
Aggressive,
me.
yeah.
How you going to school, just got a new spot in the city and don't have a view. How you thought I was cool, but wasn't too into me. Said you was looking for an intellectual thing at the new me.
It's Kasabian. Kasabian Lavoe Show. No, honestly, I got that music. I had one of those moments where I started getting into it with my kids because you gotta have the youth listen to your music. So my daughter and my son helped me arrange them, and they were like, "Damn, Dad, this music is dope. I didn't even know you did music like that." And I was like, "I know. Your daddy's pretty good at what he does, okay? And I do pretty good music." And they say, "Oh, Daddy, we love your music. You should do more music." So it's coming. Most likely, I don't want to do Friday. So if it don't come out Friday for certain, then I'll do a Monday drop just so I can give it longer. Like, I'm not going for no records. I'm just going to drop music. If I could put out like 40 songs this year, I'll feel happy. So whatever I put out right now, I guess is just, I wouldn't consider it new, but it's a new project. And then the best of is just, I think, music that maybe hasn't been heard and should be heard again. So I'm just putting it back out. So welcome back to the show. Y'all don't care for my music, I guess, maybe sometimes, but we definitely got to get into it. We got some things to talk about. I was going to cover how Mexico is deporting Americans because I thought that was hilarious. But that's not going to be one of the stories for today. We have a bunch of other things to cover. There's a couple of stories I don't have necessarily stories, but we have things, they're topics that we're going to discuss and cover and get into. Is at the end of restaurants as we know it. The fast food and chain restaurants are disappearing in front of our eyes. I have breaking news. We'll definitely get into that breaking news. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul is off. Heat waves are back. Berkshire Hathaway almost gave me 2.5 heart attacks this week. You said only lames put out best ofs, so I shouldn't put out all the best singles from my No Sleep albums so that it can make me some money, because this is a business. So you telling me that I shouldn't do good business, reminding people of good music, how is that bad? Let me be lame, but let me at least I got to make money off the streams, and I'm working on new music. Like, I really am. It's just a matter of getting attention, getting ears, and then I'll be able to put it out. Like, it's business, dog. Like, it was my biggest mistake before that I would rather be in the background doing it that way, because come on, just stop. Why you do this? You hit me up and you want to inspire, but you start with me. Oh, we're going to get a deluxe. No, that's corny. I'm not doing a deluxe. I'm literally going to put out, No Sleep 1 came out in 2013 or some shit, or 10. And then 2013 and then 17. I just want to put them together. I got singles on there that need to be just, and then some like B-side shit that don't nobody pay attention to. Drake did that bullshit with that care package later, Dark Side Lane. So fuck you. I'm gonna make one too. Like, why can't I? What's wrong with that? Let me get back into it. Berkshire Hathaway gave me a heart attack today, and we'll talk about what occurred. There's male birth control on the horizon. I ain't never gonna take that. That's wild. And Mexico has elected its first woman president. There's a lot of good things. And there's a lot of things that break me cortisone. Let's get into what ChatGPT wrote, and then I'll get into what I feel, because I got some feelings. So welcome. ChatGPT writes the intro. We do the show. I've actually asked ChatGPT to assist me write the show slightly. Can't do it. I like doing it the way that we do it, but I thank ChatGPT for assisting. Welcome to the Kasabian Lavoe Show, your go-to source for the latest in news, trends, and everything in between. Today, we're diving into some riveting topics that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Is it the end of restaurants as we know them? We'll explore the changes shaking up the industry, plus fans of The Office rejoice. Why? Why should we rejoice? I got breaking news. There's a spinoff, and they're starting filming next month. But I'm not going to talk about it yet. In the world of sports, a clash of titans looms as Mike Tyson and Jake Paul actually is on hold. So no fight. Thank Bob. We'll also I almost stuttered all over my own words. We'll also discuss the return of the heat wave. Yes, heat waves come and go, but when they hit you with a whole week and a half of heat waves, we got to discuss it and what this means for the southwestern portion of the states. It's just usually Vegas, Arizona, and sometimes Southern California. Boy, oh boy, does it suck. And I definitely don't want to talk about too much of the heat, but man, it's hot. Sorry, I got hiccups. It's so hot. Anyway, on the financial front, we'll break down what happened with Berkshire Hathaway's giant dip this morning. It wasn't even a giant dip. When a $600 stock shows $100, either you go crazy buying it or you sell. Who knows what happened? We'll get into it. In health news, male birth control is making headlines, and we'll discuss what could this mean for the future and its what does this mean for the future? And in historic political developments, Mexico has elected its first woman president. Stay tuned for all this and more on the Kasabian Lavoe Show. Honestly, there's so much going on. I had to play the news thing. This is where you come for the news. I used to love doing that. I don't know why I stopped doing it. But hey, we got to get into what's going on in the country. And honestly, how does everybody feel? So I have teenage children that are in the workforce and they're in the restaurant business. Now, I have always said and I don't say it out loud because I think it's genius. The fact that Gordon or Dave, one of the Ramseys, damn it, Gordon Ramsay, was able to take the most low-paying job in the history of the country and make it seem as if people should do it was beyond me. Not even if people should do it. He almost brought like a pride and joy to the gruntiest grunt work in America. Completely honest. Restaurant folks don't make money in that fashion to live lavish lifestyles unless you are a head chef. I have brothers that were cooks and sous cooks and line chefs and years. They have yet to cook a Thanksgiving dinner for any of us. And God forbid if they made anybody a fucking lunch. But they didn't make big bucks. These guys made very small little bucks. Unless you are in a small town that lets you live that meek life, be completely honest with you, $2.50 an hour in a restaurant is a terrible way to live. It's difficult. But TV made it look cool. A lot of people chase that dream. We're in a world of over-tipping, no cash, and nobody wants to go out. Like, hey, every time I step out of my house, I'm spending $400. Do you know how difficult it is to want to step into a restaurant and spend your hard-earned money when it just doesn't feel like they're giving you that service? It sucks. Restaurants like Applebee's are disappearing. IHOP, Fuddruckers. I mean, these places were staples in America, but it feels like I live in a portion of Vegas that 10 minutes away, there's a bunch of things to do. Where I live, it's not walkable in that fashion. I can't really get nowhere. I don't have a local tavern or things of that. Like, we don't have that type of stuff in Vegas. Vegas is a weird town that does like a one of. Like, oh, let's build a golf thing literally in the middle of the strip and then build another one in the middle of the strip when there's so much land everywhere to build 4 or 5 of one thing, be profitable, and then make it more fun for the city. They took that away from restaurants. Like, all the coolness, gone. Like, bro, who the fuck made it such a negative to go to IHOP and Denny's? Like, we used to hit that on the weekends on the strip, pop into Denny's and just eat it up. Pause. Go to Arizona Charlie's, get the $3.99 steaks. Like, these types of things are disappearing in front of our eyes. And honestly, like, life is changing quicker than you probably realize. With the 99-cent store disappearing, like, that was a big deal. But nobody looks at it in that fashion. Radio Shack shut down. We ain't blinked twice. Maybe all these things are just going to disappear. But look around. A lot of the things that we grew up with have been taken away. Well, I can't say they haven't taken them from us, but the allure and what they meant to us isn't there anymore. From entertainment in our childhood, basically every superhero that we grew up with is a piece of shit, to these literal like dope spots to grab a bite of food that have been ridiculed by the internet so much by a bunch of morons that go to Roof Chris and can't afford a conversation, to be honest with you. They've ruined, Red Lobster. The Fuddruckers won't kill me because Fuddruckers is fun. I'm not even okay with that one. That one kind of hurt. And you look like a Fuddruckers type of dude. Like, let's be honest, Loner. You seem like that type of guy. But the restaurant business is a very difficult game. Most restaurants don't survive. And most chain restaurants, to be honest with you, make a very small profit margin. There's no lavish life in that type of service industry. The service industry is on its way out. I mean, I started to use Grubhub now more than ever. Maybe it's because my car is broken and I'm working on another car. Like, I just been playing with my cars and just don't want to drive them. And Grubhubbing things works. I'm sitting there working on the car. My transmission piece came in. I started working on the transmission. I ordered some beer so I can finish. I got some food for dinner. Like, it's just convenient. And then maybe I'll take a trip to the store if I need to. Restaurants, unless they make food I can't cook at home, it's really hard for me to go to a restaurant. I love Applebee's and shit like that. I just don't want to spend $300 on some pancakes. Sorry. And I think a lot of Americans feel the same way. This is the first time where renting is more lucrative than owning a home. It's a disgusting time that we live in, y'all. Disgusting. You a lie. You've gone down to Jersey City and been into something like that. Okay, breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. The Office has a spinoff, and I'm not sure if I'm completely here for it, but it's called The News. And I mean, the paper, and it's about a newspaper company. And I'm wearing an Office shirt. Happenstance. But I don't know how I feel about the paper. I want to see what it's about because I watch The Office every single night. Peacock was purchased in my home simply because The Office, and then Peacock has done very, very well. Thank you, Peacock. But The Office is an amazing show. The last few seasons were a little rocky. After, Steve leaves, it's a little difficult to watch, but nonetheless, great, great show. One of the best shows I've ever seen. I'm not a Friends fan. Seinfeld, too young, didn't really care. The only thing I remember of Seinfeld is that there was a yellow CRX in front of his building often. And I think that was the 89 CRX with the glass in the back. And I always wanted that one, but I never bought one. I had 2 different CRXs and none of them had that glass in the back. And I had the weird handles. I just never got the one that I really wanted, but it was on the show all the time. That's the only thing I remember. Honestly, that's the only thing I remember. So shout out to The Office for its spinoff, and let's see how good, it I don't know if it's going to be good. I just hope that it is. Because if it isn't, then what's the point? I hate when they do spinoffs because maybe just write something new. Like I heard Will Ferrell has a golf movie coming out, but I also heard Happy Gilmore 2's coming out. I don't know if I need that much golf in my comedy or that much comedy in my golf. I don't know what's going on, but I'm really just, please put y'all writing minds together to make new movies. Classics. I've been Adam Sandler has become a really good movie maker. Like, for the longest time, Adam Sandler was known for not being a really good movie maker, but it's like all I fucking watch. It's ridiculous. Like, Happy Gilmore was a really good movie the other day. Like, what? Like, they've gotten better. Sandler is, Sandler's good. Like, really good. And took care of all his homies. Let that be a lesson to all of you. Adam Sandler was able to put everybody on and then keep everybody on and put himself in a position where he created his own work and his own demand, and it worked. Like, shout out to him. I don't know. I really thought the restaurant thing was going to be a bigger deal. I just don't know how to really. I just feel like once you see the restaurants disappear in this country, it's going to be the beginning of the end. Like, we've gotten more restaurants now than we've ever had because there's so many people opening their own restaurants. I don't know. It feels like the game is changing, and maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to call this time, but we're here and we shall learn. Let's get into these stories. I will not bore y'all with what I feel. Okay, these are just feelings. It's Monday. It's Mental Health Mondays. Can I be honest? I feel great. I put in an application for a new position in my corporate world. This position would put me more into the career aspect of this company. I wouldn't be ground level, which is pretty awesome to me. I think it's a big deal that I get recognition and I move into a position that makes me feel better inside. At the moment, I feel very stagnant and I feel like I'm running my head in the wall. And although I've only been there for a year and a half, I'm just grateful to have a job in this fashion because I do see the opportunity. This is different for me and it's been stressful and it's definitely affected everything. So you can tell we only do once a week because of it. If I get this new position, it's definitely going to free up my time. And I think mentally I'll be able to do 3 times a week like I'd like to. I will be back on Wednesday and Friday for sure. But I'm just hoping that I get this position, y'all. I've put in about 38 applications at this place now for a new position because I just want to get out of my position now. And I'm trying. So we'll see how that goes. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of bummed out because that restaurant thing didn't really turn out like I thought it would. Let's get into the stories. Before we do, let's get into the Berkshire mishap. Unless I'm gonna cover it. Yeah, we'll cover the story. I'll cover the Berkshire mishap that really broke my brain. And there's so many Americans going to Mexico, they're getting deported from Mexico. I really wanted to cover that, but nobody else cared. As well as I was reading a story, but I lost it, about cars on the road in America are the oldest they've ever been. Like, cars are lasting forever now. They're not disappearing, and they're over fucking priced. Anyway, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are not fighting. Stories at a vibe. Mike Tyson's anticipated fight against Jake Paul has been postponed due to the veteran's health status. My bad. I ain't even pushed start on the thing. It's not even moving. My bad. The two were set to face off on July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys, with the fight live streaming on Netflix. During a follow-up consultation on Thursday with medical professionals on his recent ulcer flare-up, the recommendation is for Mike Tyson to do minimum to light training over the next few weeks and then return to full training with no limitations. Detailed. What do you mean a few weeks and then no limitations? It was a detailed statement in regards today. Listen, they can give us all the smoke and mirrors that they want to, but I really don't think this should happen anymore. I'm upset. I get Mike might need money, but I think we could do it a different way. I think this was going to be a giant event. I was even gassing it. I think that Jake is a lot bigger than Mike. I think that it's weird to watch, but I played the game. Now I just don't know. I really am concerned because Mike Tyson is a middle-aged man that probably shouldn't be doing this type of shit. What can I say? Jake Paul is a businessman and he's going to do whatever he wants to do to make money. And if he fights his brother, we'll talk about it. We're still going to go live that day. I promise that. What are more lies? That I'm trying to get another gig? I'm trying to move up. Bro, I worked on 2 albums. You just told me one of my albums is some lame shit because I'm putting the best of? You're an ass. Nah, dog. That's not cool. That's not dope. All right. Heat wave's coming. Now, let me tell you something. It's been hot in the studio. It's been very hot in the studio. And humid. So, you remember the cloud machines? They've increased the humidity or they've increased the rainfall in Vegas by 10% with the rain machines. And every day around 12:30, 1:30, we get clouds. It's pretty amazing. It hasn't hit 100 yet. I read an article that stated that if we do hit 100 before July, like that's the first time or the soonest. I don't believe that. I think we've hit 100 much sooner than this. It's been a very mild summer, and I'm not even burnt yet. We've been out like every day playing soccer, and it's not bad. It's hot, but not bad. Poolside's solid. Anyway, stories out of ABC News. A dangerous and possibly record-breaking heat wave is headed towards the west this weekend, impacting California, Arizona, and southern Nevada, including Las Vegas. An excessive heat warning begins on Tuesday for California Valley for the California region, with temperatures of up to 108 degrees, possibly. Damn, that's hot, and that's Northern California for Redding and Sac and Fresno to Bakersfield. Well, that's the entire state. That's not necessarily just a little bit. That's like all of it. Wow, bro. What a stretch. On Wednesday, an excessive heat warning will reach from Las Vegas to Lake Havasu. Lake Havasu is dope. If y'all know about Lake Havasu, they don't have streetlights because of light pollution, so you can see all the stars. By Thursday or Friday, temperatures are forecast to skyrocket to 112 degrees in Las Vegas. And if Las Vegas surpasses 110 degrees on Thursday, it'll be the earliest in June the city has ever been so hot. Now, it's been mild. We're due for like 100 and something crazy degrees. There used to be like an AC company or like a pawn shop that gave you $100 for every day that it wasn't 100 or some shit like that. That's going to start to happen again. The city's going to have to do something to like make everybody like remember that we're still a city. All the new building, be completely frank, all the new building in Vegas is making a lot of Vegas locals feel left out. We feel left out. We really do. So today, I thought that my children's future had completely been taken away from me. I invest, as most of you should. And if you don't invest, you are investing by secondhand and you don't even know it. So, Berkshire Hathaway is a company that I used to work for and has a very giant portfolio. And the stock is at like 600 and change. It's a great stock to have. They always go up and up and up. It's amazing. But today, there was a glitch in the matrix. Let's talk about it. Stories out of the CNN business. I think it was .com. The New York Stock Exchange said Monday that a technical issue that halted trading for some major stocks and caused Berkshire Hathaway to be down 99.97% has been resolved. Dozens of stocks were paused earlier in the day, and that list includes Chipotle, Berkshire Hathaway, the holding company ran by legendary investor Warren Buffett. And for nearly 2 hours, Berkshire Hathaway Class A shares were listed. Wow. I mean, honestly, if you know what this means, this is going to blow you away. Berkshire Hathaway's Class A shares were listed as trading at just $185.10. Bro, I would have bought everything at that price. Are you crazy? That is insane. What a great price, bro. Like, anyway, a price that would represent a loss of 99.97%. Berkshire closed at 627,400 on Friday. The New York Stock Exchange announced it had declared to bust or cancel all erroneous trades for Berkshire between 9:50 a.m. ET and 9:51. 1 minute was that volatile. Listen, when you see something like that, either you jump on it or you think it's an anomaly and you think that you just found something. So I'm sure a lot of people today lost their bananas over what happened with Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is an amazing company. I love them. Thank them for the opportunities that they gave me as well. And keep growing. Definitely need that. This story scared me, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know how I feel about it. Stories out of NBC News. Male birth control gel is safe and effective. After decades of attempts to develop new birth control medications for men, scientists are more hopeful than ever. With new abortion restrictions, demand is growing, experts say. Every morning for a year and a half, Mr. Whitehead, 24, rubbered a clear gel on his shoulder, waited for it to dry, and then went about his day as usual. This was basically like hand sanitizer solution, Whitehead said, who lives in Torrance, California. Smelled like hand sanitizer too, even looked like it. The gel wasn't hand sanitizer though. It's a hormonal solution meant to block Whitehead's sperm production. So, it's not I guess it is birth control. I guess it is the same that birth control for women. I mean, it has that same effect. I don't know how I feel about that. And for example, if I was a scientist and knew more about the human body, I would definitely tell you more. But I'm not a scientist, and it doesn't seem okay to me. Just don't leave it inside. I don't know if reducing your sperm count's a good thing. Like, isn't that like a part of how men operate? Like, we need to have high sperm counts? Like, it's different if it wouldn't affect our livelihood. But I mean, even if you don't bust nuts, you still gotta have a high sperm count. It's a part of how we work. Anyway, stories out of USA Today. Mexicans voted overwhelmingly for, and I'm gonna ruin the name. I'm so bad at names. Claudia Sheinbaum. Why am I saying it wrong? Hey Siri, how do I pronounce the new president's name in Mexico? My bad. Not that one. The Mexican president's name, the new one. Siri. What is the new Mexican president's name? And then say it.
Here's what I found.
Yeah, but you pronounce it. Girl, I'm gonna fucking throw my phone. Claudia Sheinbaum. I do apologize for pronouncing that wrong, señora, pero muchas gracias por tu servicio. Giving her more than 58% of the votes and a substantial mandate to govern the second largest economy in Latin America and number one trading partner to the U.S. Ford is huge over there. I think Callaway golf clubs are over there. Tesla might be over there. Hell yeah, Mexico is our partners in crime. Like, all that shit, anybody ever wants to speak on Mexico, that's fine. You can, but we're neighbors, so we have to work together. That problem at the border affects us all. And once we're able to figure that shit out, it's going to bring peace to many people. You know, I feel bad when people are literally watching money get feel bad. It's affecting me. You know how hard it is to look for a home today with rates? And I'm only going to tell you this because we're supposed to cover the story about all the variable rates. They're all coming to a head. Those variable rate loans are so great for people that don't understand how real estate is going to operate. Yeah, they get you in at 2%. That shit sounds great. So for the first, year and a half, 2 years, you got 2.5%. So probably paying $2,700 to $2,800 a month on a $500,000 house, and you think you're living it up. Then in a couple years, that variable hits, you're paying 9-10%. Your mortgage just went from 2.7 to about 6.3. And then like $6,000 a month, right? That's And maybe I'm making shit up. Maybe my numbers are too high, but it don't matter. I'm not that far off. What happens to all these people? In Las Vegas, well, right now the average is 30% of your income on housing. I've never spent 30% of my income on housing before. This just is amazing. It's crazy. I'm still mad over my restaurant thing. I thought I was going to do it better. I'm upset. This is what happens when you don't do your show enough. You're not able to put together soliloquies properly and able to express yourself. I honestly feel like if we watch the American restaurant chains fall in front of us, we're going to see a irreversible change that will probably never compensate. Serious. That's just how I look at it. Department stores are one thing. I think life is always going to change in that fashion. But once we start losing like our staples, bro, it's a wrap. Lone, I blame you for your negativity. It's always your negativity. You never come in here with no positivity, brother. Thanks for being here, man. You know I appreciate you. All right, y'all, that's the show. I thought we had a great show. I don't know. Let's play some music and let's get out of here. Yeah. I will bring the other external on Wednesday, and I will show you the album since you don't believe me. I'm going to bring that. But I want to thank you. I want to thank y'all and everybody else that came.
Why we gotta start like this? Why you tell me
I appreciate y'all. Y'all know that this show means nothing without y'all. Mental Health Mondays haven't been the same.
She gave me that neck.
Being honest, but hey, we here. And I'll be back on Wednesday. I have more material. I've been working on a bunch of things. It's just not forward facing, but I don't want to stop doing the show. Let me get this corporate thing squared away. Hopefully I get this position. I mean, the bread is nice, and it's gonna be nicer to be in that position. Anyway, here he go with the lie. Nah, y'all, man, sometimes you gotta prove to yourself that you can do something different that you weren't able to do, and that's what I'm doing with this corporate gig. But I sound good though, right? Like I should have stayed doing music.
Stay stunned in to me, girl. You stunned in with my shirt on underneath. I know you wear nothing.
Oh God.
Stuck on you, I ain't frontin'.
Yeah.
Talk vibes to me.
Hey, talk vibes to me.
Tell lies to me.
All right, y'all. My name is Kasabian. Live in the moment. Don't live in the past. Be safe. Stay dangerous. Lavoe loves you.
Talk vibes to me. Tell lies to me. Tell lies to me.
Yeah.
Tell me anything I wanna hear. Fuck your dreams. Tell me all your nightmares.
All your nightmares. Yeah.
Against all lies, girl.
Yup.
We the new guys. They don't want to see us go live. They don't want to see us live our good lives.
I can really do that all night. All right, y'all. My name is Kasabian Lavoe.